Bless me, vinyl community, for I have sinned. It is 2 weeks since my last video. Now then everyone, Vinyl Monkey here. Yeah, those of you who were like me, born a Catholic, or maybe fans of Dave Allen or Father Ted will know what I'm on about. Yeah, it feels like a confessional. Because it is, I said I'd try to get a video out every week, but I did want to point out a couple of weeks ago that I was going to be away for a while, because I was going away on holiday, and my partner then said to me, don't you be putting out on bloody video that we're going away on holiday and inviting, you know, our house to be burgled, and I was saying no, it'll be. And she said she's seen some of these videos that I watch, and she says she used to be a professional in the fields of crime and justice, so she thinks she can spot a wrong 'un when she sees one, and she said they look such a sort of dodgy lot, that vinyl community. And I said, come on, surely not. You know, I said, Richie's not going to sort of you know, fly over from California because he once seen me showing a sort of obscure English punk record by Dead Fingers Talk that he can't get hold of over there, just to burgle our house. And I said, Richie's that scary. If he just, if he just told me he wanted it, I'd post it to him. I'm that bloody terrified of him. But and she says, okay, maybe not Richie, but you know, there's others on there. You know, there's that bloke from Southampton, what they call him, Pilton or something. She said, you know, what a shifty looking bloke. Him, you know, wearing caps indoors all the time, very, very shifty looking. And then there's him up north. He's not far away. He looks like a henchman for some sort of northeast gangster family, what they call him, Berwickshire Mike, she said. So I said, okay, point taken. I won't mention that I'm going away on holiday. But anyway, I've been away on holiday. I've been over in Lanzarote. Very relaxing and refreshing. Even if Manrique apart, and the beautiful geology and geography apart, and the beautiful undersea sort of world, fishes, but it is a bit of a cultural desert apart from those things. So I took some reading with me and had a good old read, and one of them, I'm just going to recommend this one. This one, it's on the lovely Fitzcarraldo. It's published by Fitzcarraldo. It's called It Gets Me Home, This Curving Track, which is it's a gorgeous title, isn't it? It's I've now forgotten where he's took that from. But anyway, Ian Penman, who music journalist, he's written with NME, I think Q, most of the music magazines, and he's sort of exploring the sort of areas in culture where different cultures and generations sort of collide and interact, and particularly he's looking at the sort of black innovators and the white artists who've sort of copied them and taken the music into the mainstream. So he's got chapters on the likes of James Brown, Charlie Parker, Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, John Fahey, Steely Dan, Prince. Yeah, beautifully written. What a great writer. So I'd definitely recommend that, Ian Penman. And yeah, other than that, yeah, a bit of a cultural desert. I mean, we were out watching live music every night, sometimes 2 or 3 different bars. And it was just superb, you know, sit in a warm evening, cold beer, and often a sort of solo singer, sometimes with a bit of a backing track, usually with a guitar of their own. Sometimes a small band, but yeah, great stuff. Except that I suppose these people are they're doing this to make a few bob, and they're playing what they think people will want to hear. And honestly, if I hear one more version of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Can You Hear That Rain, I will scream. It was several times a night through everywhere. You were passing bars and you could hear this coming. I don't know why that particular song. I'm not the biggest fan of Creedence Clearwater Revival. I know a lot of people like them, but that particular song, I've just now find it so bloody irritating. Anyway, what am I moaning on about? So I've come back. I've been up I've been up to a couple of second-hand record shops up in Newcastle. I've done a little bit of ordering online, and I just thought I'd talk a bit about what I've picked up this week. So just a very brief video, and then I will get back to my once or twice a week routine. So yeah, hang on, I'll leave that one to the last, put that one there. So what have I picked up this week? Well, I went up to Newcastle and I had a route round three or four second-hand record shops, some good record shops up there. But it was actually in a second-hand bookshop which had a very little record section that I picked up five albums, all probably underpriced. One or two of them look, they need a bit of a wash and hopefully they'll come out alright, but yeah, really pleased with this little collection. This is in the Amnesty bookshop, Amnesty International bookshop, which is in Westgate Road in Newcastle. It's been there donkeys years, certainly since the late 70s, early 80s I would think. But first one I picked up from there, yeah, Neil Young, Comes a Time. Used to have this on vinyl. I've had it on CD for the last, since the CDs came out in the 90s. Gorgeous, mellow Neil Young album. Everyone will be familiar with that. Yeah, Comes a Time. Beautiful stuff. The second one is Green on Red's Gas, Food, Lodging. I suppose the sort of essentials for sustenance. Green on Red are the band that sort of American, sort of country tinged rock band from the 80s. This album's from 84, I think, yeah, 84. And I became familiar with them much later, only through the work of their guitarist and joint vocalist on here, Chuck Prophet, the absolutely brilliant Chuck Prophet, who I've seen a few times, got some of his stuff, but he was one of the co-leaders of Green on Red. Listen to half of this, really good stuff, sort of Americana type stuff. Brilliant. Green on Red, Gas, Food, Lodging. The next one, this is the Housemartins' second and last album. Actually, they only made 2 albums. This is The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death. Absolutely brilliant title, and that's the title of the first track on the album, which is a sort of anti-monarchy. I mean, most of these songs penned by Paul Heaton, the brilliant Paul Heaton, sort of left-leaning lyrics, great stuff. Their other album, London Nil Hull 4, they're opening on with Happy Hour and all them, brilliant, and that gets most of the plaudits, but this one I think is equally good. I love the little jokes in there as well. It's got, hang on, where are we? Yeah, mixed at Air Studios, London, near Hull. Yeah, brilliant. So that's great. And the other thing I love about this album, and a lot of people in the vinyl community hate this when somebody writes on the albums, and because it devalues them and what have you. And I've got quite a few in this collection that people have written on, and it usually means you get the album for a bit cheaper. I think I paid £3 for this one. But on here, I don't know whether you can read that, and it says, "No profundity, just Happy Christmas, 1987, lots of love, Kerry, 3 kisses." Isn't that beautiful? No profundity, just Happy Christmas. And that's obviously some sort of little in thing between them, but I think it just, these little messages, they just evoke all sorts of, you know, emotions and possible stories, and, you know, who was Kerry, who was she given this to, what was the nature of their relationship, what happened to them, you know, how's it ended up in Amnesty International's bookshop. This one looks like it's hardly being played or fingered, you know. Did they sort of break up? I don't know. Much after, nobody will ever know. There's lots of Kerrys, I suppose, but anyway, I like it when people, I never write little messages on my own albums, but I like it when I pick these up, and I think it's really nice. So yeah, Housemartins, The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death. Next one I picked up, I've just been picking up some of the Stones sort of 80s stuff, and this one I've got on CD, it's Emotional Rescue. It's sort of in between Some Girls and Tattoo You, the sort of disco-y phase, and again I've just played this and it sounds great. I've just played the first couple of tracks, the brilliant first track, Dance. Yeah, good stuff. I really like this this period Rolling Stones, so pleased to pick that up at such a bargain as well. And then lastly, I think this guy was always really underrated for some reason. This is Graham Parker and the Rumour. This is Heat Treatment. What year was this from? Probably late 70s, isn't it? Oh, I'm not going to look it up. Might have been early 80s. I don't know, Graham Parker, I think he got caught between stools, didn't he, with punk and pub rock punk and new wave and sort of soul-y rock, and you know, he was sort of somewhere in between these different genres, as they say, and I don't know whether that was why I don't think he got the recognition. Great songwriter, great band, Heat Treatment, Graham Parker and the Rumour. The next one I ordered actually, and I'm over the moon with this. This was, I think this was a bit of a bargain. This is a box set. This is by Hulga Kazuki. It comes under the title Cinema. Hulga Kazuki, I guess most of you know, was best known as the bass player with sort of krautrock pioneers Can in the 70s. But this box set, it's a 5-album set, and it covers the sort of periods which both precede his time with Can and succeed his time with Can. It comes with a, I don't know how this is supposed to work, it comes with a vinyl video. I have no idea how you would play that. What you would need to play that. I haven't the foggiest idea. I'll have to sort of look it up or talk to someone better than me. It also comes with a film, and then 5 beautifully packaged albums. I've listened to the first 2 of them. Just really, really beautiful, interesting, innovative, different sort of stuff. And then there's this gorgeous booklet. There's Hulga Kazuki with photographs and interviews with a whole range of people. Really, this is 30 years in later life, presumably not that long before he died. And this is box sets at their best, and it got me thinking. I've never really collected box sets per se, but it got me thinking that I've got a few, but maybe I should do a sort of an episode on box sets. But anyway, over the moon with that. Got that at a real good price off eBay. Hulga Kazuki, Cinema, brilliant. And then lastly, I ordered this one. This is a first for me. This is, you might have heard me talk about local, when I say local, my hometown Hartlepool artist James Leonard Hewitson. Look him up on whatever it is, Bandcamp, YouTube or whatever. Really good songwriter, some real catchy songs. I had him pinned somewhere in between the Lemonheads and, you know, yeah, somewhere around there. But this is his, I think it was his first single, Deader, which I think is one of the greatest singles I've heard one of the best singles I've heard in a long time. But this is what's called a vinyl, a sort of lathe cut single. Again, I don't collect singles, but because he's local, because it's lathe cut from the brilliant local Butterfly Effect record company based in, I think they're based in Middlesbrough, certainly on Teesside anyway. There's a book out actually about how these two lads set that record company up. But lathe cut is, as I understand it, where you get a chunk of plastic. It's a bit thicker than a normal record, a bit heavier, and you just cut the record directly on the lathe. So they're not pressed vinyl like most from a sort of a master or a plate or whatever. These are all individually cut. And what it means is that artists who can't afford to get a sort of mass pressing of their work can get their work on vinyl by doing very low numbers, just by cutting them individually. So yeah, pleased to get that by James Leonard Hewitson, Deader. Look it up. It's on YouTube and what have you. And I'm going to go out and play this as we talk. Excuse my back while I stick that on the record player. Oh bloody hell! Would you believe it? I think the belt's come off. Oh shit! Right, can you talk amongst yourselves for a little bit while I replace the? I don't know how that's why that's happened. I'll replace this belt. I hope it hasn't snapped. No, it doesn't. So those of you who've got like automatic record players with switches and all, that'll be sort of laughing at me now, mucking about with this. But anyway, are you still there? Alright, nearly there. Try again with this. There we go. Right, this is James Leonard Hewitson. This is his brilliant single. Look it up for yourselves. I'm going to play out with it. It's called Deader. And this is on Lathe Cut Vinyl. There's James.
I could hide behind a wall of academia. I could hide behind the screen of my computer. I could fetishize my sadness and blame it on the government. I could hide behind.
Wait till we get to the chorus. You'll love it. I do.
Something so much better. But you walk around town in the same old sweater. I'm feeling
Deader. I'm feeling deader. See you everyone. Ta-da.